Following is a live presentation. I'm on Show Up of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. All right, at some point I'm going to have to take a pill during this presentation, but let's go through what else happened in Week 9 of our replay. We start at Three Rivers Stadium. Atlanta goes to 4-5. Pittsburgh falls to 4-5. The Falcons beat the Steelers 21-20. Steve Bartkowski walks it off. A 5-yard touchdown pass to Johnson. Mick Luckhurst actually gets the game-winning point. Atlanta, again with a 1-point win. Hinkle with an interception, a sack, and 9 tackles. Now, excuse me as I take my required medicine. As Tony the Tiger said, they're great! Thank you, Vanna. Next game. Miami. 8-1. They destroy the Bills. 49-17. Vince Ferragamo, a nation of chicken wings, turns its lonely eyes to you. Woo, woo, woo. Marino, 24-35, 337 yards and 6 touchdown passes. He got a 6 in the third quarter, a 13-yarder to Duper, with 8:09 to go to make it 42-7. At that point, does it really matter? Marino has thrown for 2,975 yards and 30 touchdown passes on the year. Imagine that. Mark Duper has 11 touchdown catches. He had 3 in this game. New Orleans and Cleveland, the Saints go to 5-4. They are in the wild card race for the second wild card in the NFC East. Cleveland falls to 2-6-1. George Rogers, 23 carries, 89 yards, including a 9-yard score at the gun to walk it off. Well, that wasn't to walk it off. The winning touchdown, Todd to Hobie Brenner with 11:20 to go. Cleveland going nowhere. New Orleans they'd never had made the playoffs in real life at this point. The Houday Saints in pretty good shape at this point. The Patriots beat the Jets 17-14 in a surprisingly close game at Schaefer Stadium. Springs for the Jets, an interception, a sack, and 3 tackles. Tony Eason, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Stanley Morgan at the gun to win it. The Jets were up 14-7 at the half. Tony Franklin, a field goal to make it 14-10 midway through the fourth. And then Eason to Stanley Morgan. He helped you do things right to win. The Patriots go to 5-4. Philadelphia in first place in the NFC East. They're 6-3. They beat the Cardinals at the Vet 31-24. But Stump Mitchell, 14 carries, 67 yards, and a loss for St. Louis, 4 catches for 58. Mitchell's touchdown came in the third quarter to tie the game at 14. Philadelphia went ahead, actually, with 1:20 to go in the game for good. Jaworski hit Wilbert Montgomery on a 28-yard pass. McFadden with the extra point. The Cardinals' miracle run probably isn't going to happen here. They're going to pass everybody else. The Eagles stay on pace ahead of the Cowboys and the Redskins, because the Redskins in a certified classic beat the Giants 30-27. John Reagan's 22 carries, 86 yards, and touchdown runs of 1, 5, and 7. Please check your pick 3 numbers accordingly. 1, 5, and 7. He also had 2 catches for 17 yards. This one just went back and forth. Riggins with the winning touchdown with 1:05 to go. I thought he scored too soon. Giants just couldn't get it done after that. Good effort in the second half for Sims. It was 17-6 in the third quarter for Washington. The Giants came back to take the lead. 3 touchdown passes from Sims, a 26-yarder to Johnson, a surprising 12-yarder to Wolfwick, and then 19 to Galbraith. And Washington, however, does get the win. The Giants fall to 4-5. Houston break up the Oilers. They've won 2 straight. They beat the first-place Bengals 24-10. Williams, 11 catches for Houston for 130 yards, including the winning touchdown early in the fourth quarter, a 3-yard pass from Moon. Moriarty, darn you, Moriarty, 24-10 with 8:16 to go, a 14-yard score. The Oilers go to 2-7. Cincinnati falls to 5-4. Dallas goes to 5-4 in the NFC East. Gary Hogaboom, 22 for 27, 232 and 4 scores. This was more than 7 years ago. They beat the Colts 34-14. Dallas never trailed in the game. Hogaboom, 2 to Hill, 1 to Ron Springs, and 1 to Donnelly. Forget that Herman to Butler at the end. That was just kind of garbage time stuff. So Dallas and Washington 1 game behind Philly. Green Bay all over Detroit. Lynn Dickey didn't play well when he played on the stream, but oh no, he does great when he's not on camera. 27 for 34, 340 yards, and 4 scores. Green Bay led at 1 point, 41-0. And Del Greco with 2 field goals. The Bears, 34. The Vikes, 9. Chicago goes to 7-2. Walter Payton, touchdown runs of 3, 19 and 9. Actually had a hat trick there. 26 carries, 159 yards. Overall, he is the leading rusher in the NFL with 1,141 yards. Also had 4 catches for 61. Not sure what the Bears offense would do without Sweetness. They blow out Minnesota and have a firm grip on first place in the NFC Central. In the game somebody had to win. The Chiefs beat the Buccaneers 24-14. Todd Blackledge, 19 for 28, 248 yards and 2 scores. The first, a 29-yard pass to Stephon Page in the first quarter, and then a 65-yard bomb to Carlos Carson in the fourth to make it 24-7. Future Kansas City quarterback Steve DeBerg, 2 touchdown passes to House for Tampa Bay. Game we had for you Tuesday. San Francisco 34, the Rams 24 in a game that was much closer, I thought, than that. Montana 16 for 23, 235 yards, 3 scores and a pick. Jeff Kemp is just not the quarterback you need is going to throw the ball for you 30, 35 times. But he did have 2 touchdown passes and a 1-yard Destiny plunge. The 49ers let Dickerson run all over him. He now has 1,107 on the year, but he did not score. And Los Angeles at one point was within 3 points with 2:20 to go in the second quarter, and then the computer decided to onside kick. And that was pretty much all she wrote. San Francisco, that's a double-digit win. The Rams just tried their hardest. That was an incredible football game. Last but not least, the Seattle Seahawks go to 8-1. They beat San Diego in San Diego 38-21. Wes Chandler, 13 catches for $189 and 3 scores in a losing effort. He got the hat trick. It was 31-0 before Dan Fouts finally connected with him for a score from 20, 14, and 38. That made it 31-21, but a pick 6 by Brown was enough for Seattle. They hang on to win. Well, it wasn't really a hang on to win. They win 38-21. And here are the standings as we go into the Raiders and the Broncos. Did I not? You know what? I'm an idiot. You're going to watch me do this. Oh. And my computer's being a pain in the tushy. Oh. There's always something I forget to do, and apparently that was it. Here's the standings as we go into the Broncos and the Raiders. I had everything done but update what game you were actually watching. In the NFC East, Philadelphia, 1-game lead over Dallas and Washington. Dallas, Washington, Green Bay, and New Orleans are all wild card hunt teams. San Francisco would host the wild card game if the season ended today. Not sure which of these teams would get the wild card spot, but Detroit, New York, and Atlanta at 4 and 5 are all in the playoff chase. Chicago leads the Central by 2 games. They are 7 and 2. The Rams are 7 and 2. That loss to San Francisco was big because the Niners are now 6 and 3. We told you about New Orleans and Atlanta, and they are all in that playoff chase. The AFC, Miami and Seattle are both 8 and 1. Patriots are 5 and 4 in the AFC East. Cincinnati has a 1-game lead over Pittsburgh in the Central, and Seattle has a 2-game lead and a minimum over Denver. You're about to watch Denver and the Raiders are favored by 3. In the wild card race, Denver would host. Right now, it would be New England would be the second team, or the Raiders. So, hard to believe we're pretty clear-cut at this point. And so with that, we say, hello, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 4th day of November 2021. The Raiders and the Broncos. The Raiders are favored by 3 here at the Coliseum. We'll get to the weather and all that in a moment because I haven't pulled all that together. But this is, again, a big one. The Broncos win, they go 7 and 2 and be the clear, at least, place to host the AFC wildcard game because everyone else would be 2 games behind. Raiders win this one, they and the Broncos would be 6 and 3. Certainly the division is not out of the question for either of these teams. So it's Elway versus Marcus Allen. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents NFL Replay 84. Today, from Memorial Coliseum, where it's raining. Imagine that. It's the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Raiders. I almost said Oakland. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Well, it'll be Elway versus Wilson in a rare rainy day in L.A. We've had beautiful weather throughout most of the season. It was pretty cold for the Giants and the Redskins yesterday, but you expect that in New Jersey in November. Rain, as we said, at the Coliseum. Denver 6 and 2. The Raiders 5 and 3. Van McElroy has 5 interceptions for the Raiders. Martin 4 sacks for Los Angeles. Tom Jackson has 7 sacks for Denver, and Harden and Foley have 3 interceptions. Sammy Winder has run for 620 yards. Marcus Allen 687. Going to be one of those days. Raiders have won the toss. They will get the ball. There is no wind at the Coliseum. All the cigar smoke is going straight up. No, we've not elected a new pope. So Allen is a deep man. He shouldn't be. Williams and Cleo Montgomery are the upmen. We'll fix that in a minute. And the Raiders, well, down at 4 yards deep. All right, let's get this fixed. Williams. All right, it should be Montgomery, Williams, and Pruitt. I think we got everyone else right. All right. Mark Wilson is the starting quarterback for the Raiders. He has not covered himself in clover. 55.7 completion rating isn't bad. Almost has thrown for 2,000 yards. He'll break that, I expect, in this game. 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but has been sacked 22 times. Marcus Allen is the Swiss Army knife in the backfield. He's run for nearly 700 yards and has made 44 catches for 571 yards. Apparently he's thrown a pass, too. Frank Hawkins is the other setback. Malcolm Barnwell is your flanker. Cliff Branch, you're split end. Jamie, that is a lot of sacks. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, 22 is a lot. And Todd Christensen, the all-world tight end, sets up the rest of that specialty players. Marcus Allen, trap left on 1st and 10. First play from scrimmage. Allen gets it out to the 23, and it's a gain of 3. Steve Busick with a stop for the Broncos. Let's meet the Raider line. Henry Lawrence, the left tackle. Charlie Hanna, who is John's brother, as Al, Red Sox fan, told us the other day. The left guard. Dave Dalby at center. Clean-smelling right guard is Kurt Marsh. And Bruce Davis is the right tackle. 2nd and 7. Branch on a medium slant. Wilson is flushed immediately and is sacked by Rulon Jones. So a lot of sacks, as Jamie said. That's number 23. It'll back up the Raiders to their own 18. 3rd down and 12. Let's meet, as Dokie Williams sets up on the bottom of your screen, the Broncos defense. Barney Chavis is the left defensive end. He has 5 sacks. Reuben Carter, the nose tackle, 5 sacks. Rulon Jones, that was his 6th of the year. He's the right end. Tom Jackson, the Hall of Famer, 7 sacks on the left outside. He is joined by Steve Busick, Rick Dennison, and Carl Mecklenburg, who looks almost as friendly as Merlin Olsen, but with 5 sacks and 4 interceptions, it's kind of like, one of those Venus flytrap plants. Corners are set down. It's Louis Wright on Barnwell and Mike Harden, 3 interceptions and a pick 6. The safeties, Dennis Smith and Steve Foley gets to cover Todd Christensen's. Foley has 3 interceptions. 3rd down and 12. Christensen, the tight end, on a medium slant. And Wilson is brought down again. This time by Tom Jackson. So Wilson takes back-to-back sacks. Jack. And so it'll be 4th down and 20. My goodness. Wilson just never saw it coming. And so the Raiders and Ray Guy will punt from their own end zone. Goodness gracious me. Thomas and Wilhite back to return. And so Jamie, Auntie Clara, is being voyant and visiting him because, that's 2 sacks right off the bat. 4th and 20. Guy from his end zone punts it out to midfield. Returned by Thomas, who brings it into Raider territory. A gain of 9. And that was Zach Thomas. It's not that Zach Thomas in the picture. 1st and 10 from the Raider 44. John Elway, in his 2nd season in the NFL, a 59% completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,621 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 picks, and 14 sacks. Plus, he's run for 200 as well. Sammy Winder, the primary back, he's run for 620. He can catch out of the backfield, 30 receptions on the year. Gerald Wilhite, soft on your clothes but good out of the backfield, 56 carries for 173. The flanker is Steve Watson, who's had a tremendous year, averaging 18.3 a catch. Tight end John Sawyer, Tom's brother, and Butch White Shoes Johnson, 29 catches, 506 yards. Yep, this is not a matchup that I would have necessarily picked, but 6-2 and 5-3, this one should be a shootout. Elway wants it on 1st down. Medium cross to Steve Watson. Elway is protected. It's going to scramble, and Matt Millen tackles him for a 1-yard gain. Dave Studdard, the right tackle, doesn't do his job. Ken Lanier, the left tackle, as we set the Broncos' offensive line. Paul Howard, the left guard. Bill Bryan is the center. Keith Bishop, the right guard, and he smells good too. And Dave Studdard, who just embarrassed himself on international internet, is at right tackle. 2nd and 9. Looks like the Broncos aren't going to be able to run very well. Trap right for Sammy Winder. Winder to the 42. It's a gain of 1. Lyle Alzado with the tackle, and it'll be 3rd and 8. Let's meet the Raiders defense. Alzado, 3 sacks at left end. Reggie Kinlaw is the nose tackle. And Howie Long will keep you in conversation all day in right end. Jeff Barnes, one of the outside linebackers. Brad Van Pelt, the former Giant, is the other outside linebacker. Matt Millen, you know him, 53 tackles. And Bob Nelson, who we've talked about plenty of times in these streams before. That's not that Bob Nelson, but he does have 2 sacks. Lester Hayes and Mike Haynes. Mr. Stickham Haynes, by the way, has 4 picks and 2 touchdowns. The safeties, Mike Davis, the free one, and Van McElroy, and his 5 interceptions, is the strong one. 3rd down and 8. Alexander comes in as the 3rd receiver. Watson on a medium fly. Elway under center. This is going to be trouble. Elway throws, intercepted by Van Pelt. Van Pelt gets it to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 16, and how about that? Lester Haynes deflected it his way up in the air, and Van Pelt got himself a gain of 16. So in a conference normally known for its offense, the first 4 minutes of this has been very defensively minded. I'm not going to say slobber knocker yet. No, sir, that's not me. But the defenses in the rain here at the Coliseum have something to say. Marcus Allen in the flat. Wilson goes up top. No, he goes for Frank Hawkins, and Frank dropped it. So this one is off like a herd of thunder and turtles. 2nd and 10. Allen. Ball on the Raider 38. Trap left for Marcus. And that's a Chinese fire drill. That snap never got there. The ball is loose, and Mark Wilson picked it up. We got the Orange Crush versus the Silver and Black. Wilson couldn't handle the snap. Plunkett warming in the sidelines already, although he really isn't much better than Wilson in 84. Three wide receivers. Dokie Williams to the bottom of your screen. Wilson will work out of the gun, and Marcus Allen is going to try to block. Christensen on a medium fly. Wilson throws it. Christensen has it at midfield. It's a gain of 15, and we finally have a first down. Dennis Smith with a tackle. Allen on a sweep left towards the near side from the Denver 48, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage where Steve Busick will make the stop. So, we did the pregame show, and if you missed that, in the AFC West, the Seahawks are now 8-1. Denver 6-2, the Raiders 5-3. Denver, at the moment, would host the wild card game. And if they win today, they go to 7-2. The Raiders fall back to 5-4. And they, along with the Patriots, would be the only two teams at 5-4. But if the Raiders win and they go 6-3, this would be the wild card matchup. Not next week, but so this is a playoff game in the making. right here at the Coliseum. 9:44 to go. 2nd and 10. Branch on a medium cross. They blitz. Wilson will not audible. Line protects this time. He throws, and Cliff Branch can't hang on. So 3rd and 10 with 9:05 to go in the opening stanza. This time Allen lines up as a wide receiver. So Wilson all by himself in the backfield singing his Eric Carmen song. Allen on a medium slant. Wilson this time is protected. Allen's open inside the 30 to the 25. It's a gain of 24, and it's 1st and 10. That's the right lineup. So Marcus Allen lined up as a wide receiver, ran the route, got 24, 8:57 to go first quarter. Ball on the Bronco 24. And they're already in field goal position for Matt Barr. Kenny King comes in the backfield. King off tackle right. Hand off from Wilson. King is stood up by Tom Jackson for no gain. 2nd and 10. Bengals, Niners, Giants, Cowboys. Those are the 2 games for you next week. And as a special TV bonus, the RSN Baseball Tour pretty much winds up, at least for a couple weeks, because I know what's coming up on the football schedule, with Game 5 of the 1973 National League Championship Series. A Reds fan wants the Reds to beat the Reds. So that's the activity for you next week on the channel for games. 2nd and 10. The Raiders aren't getting anything on the ground. Allen going to try a pitch to the near side. He gets it. Can he get around the blocker? He does, over the 20 to the 19. 3rd down and 5. Busick with the stop. Raiders 2 for 3 on 3rd down today as we're halfway through the opening quarter. Malcolm Barnwell on a medium slant is the call. Wilson rolls, looks, throws, tries to check it down to Marcus Allen, and that's a drop. So the Raiders have had 2 drops and a couple of sacks. There's been some hard hitting in this one so far. So from 36 yards, why are we not... Are we going to lose the long snapper already? Yes! Oh, this is such a pain in the poopies. Oh. Well, we have a holder now, so that should get him up over 50%. Oh. So Plunkett will hold Barr pretty much a coin flip in the rain on the soft turf from 36 yards. Barr gets a boot on it, and it's good. So 6:47 to go in the first quarter. It's the Raiders 3, the Broncos nothing. So it'll be Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite back to return for Denver. So the Raiders finally get some points. And 5 yards deep, they'll just hand it to Elway at the 20. So second drive for the Broncos on a wet day in Los Angeles. Elway. Trap right to Winder. And Sammy got a bit of a block. Alzado with a tackle. That's a gain of 4. Zalapski Smurf. Boy, did you miss a dandy yesterday. How are you? 6:38 first quarter, 3-0 Raiders on a rainy day in Los Angeles. Butch Johnson on a medium slant. Elway is going to get flushed out by Howie Long and a loss of 10. Jamie said not a fan of either of these teams, but you know what? I don't think these teams are fans of each other either. 3rd down and 16. So Alexander, the third receiver. Elway out of the gun. Yep. It'll be up. It'll be live on YouTube at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. Medium out to Johnson to call. Elway, he's going to test his patience today. He checks it down to Sawyer, who's incomplete, and the Broncos will punt on 4th and 16. Montgomery and Pruitt back to return. Chris Norman, no relation to Greg, will punt it deep. He stands in his end zone. Raiders will get this at midfield. The ball is loose. Pruitt dropped it. Recovered by Martin, but the Raiders recover. 1st and 10. Not much to see here, but this one is going to be like the old Army or Navy jobs. This one just isn't not only a job, it's an adventure, or not just a job. 5:12 to go in the first quarter. Ball at midfield. Branch on a long out. Flag is down. Wilson goes to Allen on the check down. Allen gets a gain of 9.
Defense, number 68, 5-yard penalty.
Denver is called for encroachment or offside. They will decline it and go 2nd and 1. Hawkins. Fullback dive. Just pick up the first down. Hawkins, as you hear the fire trucks behind me, gets the Red Sox measurement. He's short. Mike Harden with a tackle. Two tight end set. Dave Casper joins Todd Christensen. Marcus Allen. Fullback dive. And Allen can't get there. They keyed on him, and Rick Dennison shut it down. Wow. Okay. This is in slobberknocker territory. We've had games when no one could tackle. Well, the first 11 minutes of this, you can't say that. My goodness. So from the Denver 40, Wilson will go. He's calling his own number. Everyone's jammed up to the line. Wilson got it. Tom Jackson has 5 tackles already. My goodness. 3:43 to go. 1st and 10 on the Bronco 39. The Raiders lead at 3-0. King in the flat. And Wilson is going to scramble, and that is deflected and intercepted by Busick. No return. We want Plunkett. We want Plunkett. Mark Wilson, really not excited. He got out of bed this morning. So Elway takes over at his own 37. Wilson, 3 for 7, 2 sacks, 48 yards, and a pick. If you played fantasy in 1984, you'd be already at the bar for a Maldito. 1st and 10 for Elway. Wilhite sweeps right. Near side, Wilhite gets to the 40. Jeff Barnes with the tackle. 2nd and 7. Watson. Short slant from Elway. They blitz. Elway scrambles, and he's hit for a gain of 3. He got through 1 tackle, but Jeff Barnes, the secondary, Although if you invent fantasy football in 84, you might be rich now. I remember reading about fantasy rotisserie baseball that early. When was fantasy football invented? I thought it was in the late 70s. 3rd down and 4. Mind you, that my 13th birthday would be coming up. I got to finish that race. Zalapsky, glad you enjoyed the F1 videos. I'm having fun with that game. 3rd down and 4. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, football came later than baseball. Oh, that's what I was going to say. But mind you, at this point of the 84 season, I'm 12 years old. I could talk like I did at 12. Would you like that? Medium hitch to Butch Johnson. They blitz. Elway scrambles. 1st down over midfield. Elway's got wings. He gets a gain of 20 yards. So he has scrambled 3 times for 24, and that might be the difference in this game. Is that Elway's got legs, and he knows how to use them. 1st and 10 from the Raider 37. Winder, trap left. Sammy makes it to the 35. Matt Millen with a tackle. And that's a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Minute 23, first quarter. Retro Sports Network starring Ralph Wiggum. My cat's breath smells like cat food. Wilhite on a short hitch. Elway can't find him. Millen with good defense. Elway is 0 for 3 with a pick. You know, if you were just listening to this and not seeing what was going on the screen, you would kind of wonder what psychotic episode people are watching. 3rd down and 8. Again, they go 3 wide. Winder to block. They're going to go out of the gun. Medium cross to Steve Watson is the call. Elway has time. He's actually going to throw it this time, but he can't find Watson. And so that'll do that. Now, here comes Carlos. There's no wind. So 35, 45, 52-yard field goal coming up on 4th and 8. Norman to hold it. Carlos looking in the rain with his Tootsie's Bear. Here it comes. That's wide right. So all for naught. Didn't have this one pegged as a scoreless or pretty scoreless. 32 seconds to go. 3-0 Raiders. And they're going to stick, at least for now, with Mark Wilson. Hawkins, short pass in the flat near side. Wilson this time throws. Hawkins has it. Hawkins over the 40. He's got a 1st down. Now, Wilson last week versus the Chargers, 22 for 42, 3 scores, a pick, and 338 yards. Got 59 here. Raiders will let the clock run out. 15 minutes in the books. 3-0 Los Angeles. We'll be back in a moment. No, didn't. Yep, okay. You joined us late. Mouthful of semi-warm smoothie in my mouth. Here's how he got here. Just a 1 field goal. That's the only scoring. Bar from 36. This one has been tight defensively. Elway has no quarterback rating. Mark Wilson 34-9. Yardage 55-24. Both teams have turned it over. There have been 3 sacks in this game, and John Elway's your leading rusher. You'd think you were watching a high school game from Texas or something like that. So we start the second quarter. Raiders have it on their own 46 on a rainy, windless day at the Coliseum. 1st and 10. Pitch left to Marcus Allen to the near of your screen. Allen gets about nothing and likes it. He made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Broncos doubled Todd Christensen. Busick has 5 tackles. My teeth hurt with some of these hits. My goodness. 2nd and 10. Barnwell on a medium hitch. Wilson. This time they give him time. And Barnwell has it for a first down. He moves towards the middle of the field. It's a gain of 20. 1st and 10 for the Raiders on the Broncos 34. Kenny King will sweep right side. 14-14 to go in the half, and King is stood up by Tom Jackson. He broke loose in the backfield, but Charlie Hanna couldn't handle Jackson, and Tom reached over for his 6th tackle of the ballgame. Mind you, we're 13.5 to go in the second quarter. So 2nd and 10. Allen trying a fullback dive. They've not found anything yet. Flag is down. Allen is ripped down.
Encroachment defense. Number 61
by Tom Jackson. So take the tackle off the board. As the Broncos were technically offside. 2nd and 5 from the Bronco 29. Branch on a medium cross. They blitz. Wilson throws. Incomplete. Carl Mecklenburg blocked it. 3rd and 5. And again, the boos rain down from the seats at the Coliseum. Allen in the flat will stick with it. Wilson waits. Wilson finds Allen. Allen gets a first down. He makes it to the 19-yard line where Tom Jackson does get that 7th tackle. And it's 1st and 10. Allen is 43 yards receiving. But as a team, the Raiders have 9 yards on the ground and 10 carries. Quick pitch to Allen, kind of a college option play. Allen, oh, nope, that was nothing there. The Broncos blitzed and Rick Dennison made the stop. So 2nd and 10 from the Raider 19. 11:59, second quarter. It's always interesting. You get an expectation of how you think a game is going to go. And what you get sometimes is better than what you thought you were going to get. And that logic, starring John Madden. Christensen on a medium out on 2nd and 10. Wilson rolls around. He goes to Barnwell instead, and Malcolm gets a gain of 9, and it's 3rd and 1. Raiders are 3 for 6 on 3rd down. The ball is at the 10-yard line. They now have a towel covering it between snaps. Allen will try a trap right to pick it up, and he won't do it. Wow. And so out comes Barr for a 26-yarder. He only has a 2-3 chance of making this, thanks to the no long snapper for the Raiders. Here's the kick from Barr, and that is good. It was low. Places were in, but he made the kick. 10:41 to go in the first half. It's the Raiders 6, the Broncos nothing. Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite. And that will be downed in the end zone 4 yards deep. Yeah, the worst is when you think a game is going to be great and it's a blowout. Especially when you're watching it on TV. You know, at least when you stream, if people are watching, then you got something to talk about. But depends on how many of those malted beverages you have in you when you're watching a real game with someone else. 1st and 10 for Denver. Elway is 0 for 4 in this game with an interception. Wilhite will sweep right from the 20-yard line, and he gets a couple yards, as in 2. And Mike Haynes will make the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Winder. Trap left is the call. Elway hands it off. Winder gets a loss of 1. He is stuffed by Matt Millen. And so the Broncos have been held to 25 net yards in a quarter and change. 9:57 clock running here in the half. Butch Johnson on a medium cross. Elway at least has time to start. He'll throw it. 1st down. First completion of the game. Johnson gets a couple more yards. It's a gain of 15. 1st and 10 from the Denver 36. Raiders played nickel zone. And you just can't give Elway, even when he's not having a good day, that kind of open read. So the Broncos convert. 1st and 10. They're going to throw again. Medium slant to Steve Watson. Elway has time. Watson runs his route. Oh, and Sawyer is limping off. He is grabbing his knee, and Clarence Kay comes in the game. No, it's true, Zalapsky Smurf. Even if you're doing a tabletop or computer game, you set it up, especially on the tabletop. Oh, then it's essentially over in the first 3 innings of the first quarter. Or the first period if you're doing hockey. But yeah. And on the tabletop, you got to stick with it if you're in the middle of a project. If it's a one-off, who cares? But 2nd and 10, Denver 36, 8:30 to go. Winder will sweep it right. Near side, Sammy gets 2. Jeff Barnes with a stop. 3rd down and 8 for the Broncos. Clarence Kay, the new tight end. Winder in the block. Kay on a medium slant. Nickel blitz. They stick with the call. Elway, he's going to run this. No, he's going to throw. He goes deep for Alexander, who's got it at the Raider 39. A gain of 23. So Elway leads the troops. He bought time with his legs, and he found Alexander open. The Raiders on a nickel zone. They did not blitz, but they thought they were going to get a coverage sack, and Alexander made a catch. 1st and 10 from the Raider 39. Winder off tackle left. Handoff from Elway. Winder moves the line 4. Matt Millen with the stop. 2nd and 6, 6:54 and a half clock running. 6-0 Raiders. Short cross to Clarence Kay. Elway waits, throws. Kay has it. He got past the linebackers and got himself a gain of 12. He sandwiched himself between the corners and the linebackers and was able to make the catch. And the Broncos have it at the Raiders 23. 1st and 10. Wilhite. Trap left. 6:12 clock running. Handoff from Elway, and he will be stopped by Jack Squirett, a name that will live in infamy in the District of Columbia, for the tackle. 2nd and 11 as the voice cracks. Wilhite needs a breather. So Peros comes in. Winder in the flat is the call on 2nd and 11. Elway goes near side. Sammy's got it. 25-20, 15-10. Touchdown, Denver. Sammy Winder, his longest catch of the year, and finally a touchdown in this game. I think you and Mr. ZZ Top over there, Jamie, are pretty much in the same boat with that. Here it is again. Elway figured it out. He knows he can beat the Raiders with his legs, but they pay him for his arm, and that's a touchdown. So it's Al Red Sox fans' favorite score. 6-6, pick up sticks. And a Brad S drive, 10 plays, 80 yards. Carlos. No, he sliced it. And I got to fix it because it took out the kicker. Oh. 4:45 to go. The extra point is missed. The Broncos 6, the Raiders 6. As we sing in the rain. 8 yards deep. They'll down it. Marcus Allen. Savoy 72, how are you? I jinxed the Broncos. You'll find, my friend, and you are, by the way, my 200th follower, that I jinx a lot of things. Trap right for Marcus Allen. Ball on the 20. Marcus is hit for a gain of 1. 8 carries, 10 yards. They're daring Mark Wilson to beat him. Christensen on a medium slant. Wilson has time. Christensen has it near the 40. He'll be hit for a gain of 20 at the LA 41. Dennis Smith with a tackle. So Wilson. I'll read that in a second. That's funny. Wilson is trying to get back in this game. That's not bullying. Dear Lord. Savoy 72 says, anytime I mention Al Red Sox, I feel like we're gone to It's a Wonderful Life. Every time you mention the Angel, every time you say Potter, an angel gets its wings. Or drinks a Red Bull. Anytime you mention Al Red Sox fan, a kicker misses a field goal or an extra point. Yeah. It's not why I do it, but yeah. And Zalapsky says he should have Ali Hachi Sheik holding like Ali Hachi Sheik does. It's an error in the game. 3:57 to go. 1st and 10 for the Raiders on their own 41 in a 6-6 tie. Hawkins. Trap left from the 41, and Hawkins moves the line 3. That might be the long run of the game. Busick has 6 tackles. The Raiders have run it 14 times for an astounding 14 yards. 2nd and 7. Branch. Medium slant. Wilson to throw. Broncos blitz. Wilson rolls. He checks it down to Marcus Allen. 1st down into Denver territory. A gain of 13. Allen having a great day out of the backfield catching. 4 for 56. Jim Ryan makes the tackle. And he'll do the weather for you at 6 and 11 on Channel 4. 2.5 to go here in the first half. The clock is running. They should get this one off before the 2-minute warning. Allen will sweep it right, and they will not. 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's the Broncos 6, the Raiders 6. So 1st and 10 for Los Angeles on the Denver 43. They'll try to pitch it near side to Allen. Allen gets it, and he will get 5 yards. Gain of 5. Busick his 7th tackle. Raiders go hurry up. They look to Todd Christensen. They want to short out to the tight end. Wilson throws. Christensen runs the route, makes the catch. He gets the first down. He gets out of bounds, and more importantly, he gets a gain of 14. So 94 seconds to go. Ball on the 24 of Denver. And now they'll go 3 wide. Allen in the backfield. Doki Williams. Oof, nope. Cliff Branch. Okay. Medium out pattern from the Bronco 24. Wilson to Branch at the 7, and he goes out of bounds. He gets a gain of 18. So the Raiders have finally warmed up on this warm, rainy day in Los Angeles. Wilson now 11 of 16 for 163 yards. Jim Plunkett has the headset and the hat back on. 2 tight end set. Casper, the friendliest ghost, will block Allen and Hawkins in the backfield. Marcus Allen from the 6 on a draw play. Hand off from Wilson. Allen to the 5, and Mike Harden will make the tackle at the 4. Minute 22. They're not in any hurry. Raiders have been in the red zone 31 times this season before today. Have 18 touchdowns and 10 field goals, so they've converted 90% of the time. It rains in California. Boy, let me tell you. It pours. Man, it pours. So, on a rainy day in Southern California, why not go to Vans or Subway, or Vons or Subway, or Safeway, and get yourself a package of Dodger dogs and enjoy one while you're watching the football game. 2nd and goal from the 4. Hawkins. Going to try again there. And Hawkins plunges to the 1. A gain of 3. Raiders line up. Ryan with the tackle. 3rd and goal from the 1. 49 seconds to go. Allen. Going to try a dive over. This is a Nestea plunge play, and he does. That's his 8th touchdown of the year. On the ground. So the Raiders go up 12-6. Who's your baseball team, Savoy 72? Let's do this again. There we go. Oh, the Giants. Ah, but you gotta like Vinny. And sad to see that Buster Posey's retiring. So here's the extra point from Barr, and that's good. So 34 seconds to go. The Raiders 13, the Broncos 6. So Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite back for Denver. Let's see what Elway can do. Let's see if they're going to give him some field position. They're going to run it out 2 yards deep. It'll be Lang. And he is hit at the 15 by Brad Van Pelt. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Wilhite. Trap right. They're just trying to run this off. I think the Broncos get the ball to start in the second half. He gets nothing. And the Raiders call time, so I got to do something. 19 seconds to go. Watson. On a short out. Elway. That should have been picked. So Elway, 4 for 10 for 74 and a score. Now they got to throw on 3rd and 10. Winder. In the flat. They just want the clock to run. Elway waits. He checks it down to Sammy. Sammy to the 20. It's a gain of 4. The Raiders call time, and the Broncos will punt. Norman on his 4. Punts it to Pruitt, who gets over midfield. That's an 11-yard return. And you know what? The Raiders have one shot at this. They're going to try for Cliff Branch on the bomb. Wilson. He throws. Branch at the 15. Branch will score. A Hail Mary converted at the gun. It worked. It's 19-6 Raiders. That never works. Here it is again. As time expired, Branch was all by himself at the 15. They tried to run him down. Denver didn't play a prevent. Here's the extra point, and it's good. Halftime. Yet, never until now. Savoy, you a Raider fan? Never until now. Halftime here at the Coliseum. It's the Los Angeles Raiders 20, the Denver Broncos 6. We'll be back in a moment. Well, what an end of the first half for the Raiders. Denver, with the Raiders got a field goal with 10:41 to go in the half to make it 6-0. Then Elway found Sammy Winder to tie the game at 6 with 4:45 to go, but they missed the extra point. Then Marcus Allen, with 34 seconds to go, had a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 13-6. Following the Raiders being smart on the computer and calling timeouts, they forced a punt. And after a nice return, they had one play. And so Wilson went with the bomb at the post to Cliff Branch, and Branch made it count to make it 20-6. So Wilson, who was pretty much Quasimodo at the end of the first quarter, is now 12 for 17 for 209 yards. Elway is doing his darndest. 5 for 11 for 78. That's not great, but he's also the Broncos' leading rusher. And so with all that, if this holds, the Raiders and the Broncos would be both 6-3, 2 games behind Seattle. Okay, Savoy 72, what is your favorite football team? So the Broncos will start from their own 20 because the kick was taken for a touchback. So we got all the Broncos fixed. 1st and 10, it'll be Winder and Wilhite in the backfield. Watson and Johnson, the wide receivers. Kay is in at tight end for Sawyer. He has an ACL injury. Lanier and Stutter, the tackles. Howard Bishop, 2 different people, the guards. And Bryan, the center. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 20. Trap left for Winder as we start the second half. Winder is hit by Reggie Kinlaw for a loss of 1. The Raiders blitz 4. Raider defense has been on point. The Broncos only have 107 net yards. So Savoy is obviously from the East Coast. Used to be the 49ers. But once Carolina joined the league, he jumped on that bandwagon. Raiders defensively play a 3-4. Long and Alzado the ends. Kinlaw the nose tackle. Van Pelt getting the start at outside linebacker with Barnes. Nelson and Millen the middle linebackers. Haynes and Hayes the corners. McElroy and Davis the safeties. 2nd and 11. Elway. Short slant to Butch Johnson. Raiders blitz. Flat to Weiner is the call. Elway audibles. He's gonna... I'm not sure what the heck he did there. No, they didn't call the audible, I guess. Elway said one thing and then went back to what the original play was. 3rd and 11. So 3 wide receivers now for Denver on their own 19. Elway out of the gun. Medium out. Steve Watson the call. Elway, he's going to throw to Winder. That one he should have just ran with. Alzado hurried him. And it'll be 4th and 11. Been a lot. Denver's defense is fantastic. They've averaged 22.6 a game in their first 8, but only allowed 13. And that is way too small to try to show you. The losses to the Bears in week 2 and to the Raiders 26-23 in Denver. So this is the last meeting of the year. They do meet Seattle twice in week 13 and 16. So 4th and 11. Norman to punt. He stands on his 5. Booms one deep. Pruitt from just about his 40 gets to midfield, a gain of 10, and they'll spot it at the Raider 48. So that's where the Raiders will set up shop to start the second half. Silver helmets, black jerseys. Well, silver and black, you know that. Silver numbers. They never wore the black pants, though. Silver face mask and the infamous Raider logo. 1st and 10. Allen pitch left. They've not had much success on the ground. Allen this time around gets nothing. Absolutely nothing. Steve Busick makes his 8th stop. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders on their own 48. Medium cross to Christensen the call. Wilson this time has time. He goes instead to Branch, who dropped it. Branch says it's raining. Tom Flores says you make that catch. 3rd and 10. Dokie Williams, near side of your screen. Shotgun formation. Christensen on a medium slant. Broncos blitz. Christensen's got it. 1st down. A gain of 14. They beat the double team. Christensen just having a monster game. 4 for 63. 1st and 10 from the Denver 38. They stay in this formation. And Allen will run a trap to the right side. Can they get a block? They do. Allen runs it to the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 before Louis Wright can knock him down. Savoy72 says the Broncos won this in real life, 22-19 in overtime. Which means that Punky Brewster was not seen on the National Broadcasting Company that night. Much to the chagrin of my sisters. So 2nd down and 2. They go conventional. And somehow they have a long snapper again. Hawkins on the draw as they try to catch the Broncos napping. And Hawkins is brought down for no gain. Chavis is hurt for the Broncos. And he's out. Jim Ryan with the tackle. Raiders are 5 for 9 on 3rd down. Third and 2. Their running game has just given them nothing today. 21 carries, 33 yards for $106. Beinwell on a medium cross. Denver jams the receivers. Wilson has time. He's got Barnwell for the 1st down. Malcolm made that catch over the middle for a gain of 21. And it's first and goal at the 9. However, the Jason Bateman show was seen in its entirety, except for on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regularly scheduled time. First and goal from the Denver 9. Mark Wilson is having himself a day. He had a rough first quarter, but he's made up for it now. Allen, first and goal on an off tackle to the right. And he will get 1. Dennis Smith with the stop. Allen has ran the ball 14 times for a whopping 27 yards. Second and goal from the Bronco 8. Christensen on a short cross. Wilson throws in the end zone, intercepted, and brought out by Steve Foley. It's a gain of 16. Foley took the chance bringing it out. It was deflected by Smith. It was not a great throw by by Wilson. You can watch the deflection. They doubled Christensen. That's a huge pick for the Broncos. Yeah. So 20-6, 10:19 to go, third quarter. Elway just needs to slow down and use his head here. Winder will try a sweep to the left. Sammy waits for a block, won't get it. In fact, he is run out of bounds by Matt Millen for a loss of 3. Second and 13. Winder without loss, 8 carries now for 8 yards. On a day where you'd think that it was conducive for runners here in the rain in Los Angeles, we've had a combined 37 carries for 70 yards. Midlife crisis, who sounds like in this case he lost a few dollars on the Raiders. Mark Wilson will find any way necessary to make the game close. Second and 13. Elway. Medium slant to Steve Watson to call. Elway has time now. He's going to run, and he gets it to the 14. A gain of 4. Lester Hayes just stuck out the hand, and half of San Pedro came with it. Third and long. Third down and 9. Alexander, the third receiver. Elway out of the gun. Just think Wilson stinks. He's actually played a decent game. 14 for 21, 244, and hit just, I don't know if you were here at the half, but he hit a bomb, a Hail Mary, to Cliff Branch to make it 20-6. Johnson on a medium slant. Third and 9. Elway waits, runs. He will get, no, he's short. He got 9. Fourth and inches. And they're going to have to punt from here. You like players who help the other team stay in the game. Well, okay. Mr. Midlife Crisis is still bitter from the league he was in with the 86 Raiders. Okay, you got to tell me more about that. Cards and dice, computer. The 86 Raiders weren't that good. And he's been here all along, but he waited an hour and 14 minutes to chime in for the first time to say that Wilson stinks. Fourth down. Denver to punt. Here's Norman. Norman from his 8. Good booming punt. Pruitt backed up from his 35 over midfield. It's a gain of 17. Boyer with the tackle. So Pruitt, 4 catches for 39 and 9.8 being the average. First and 10 from the Broncos' 49-yard line. Marcus Allen, trap left. First and 10. And Allen gets 3, 8:38. Clock running as we... Speaking of clocks, we have now crossed the 1 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program on this 4th day of November 2021, after the ball game on Retro Sports Network. Hey, it doesn't matter how long it runs. The Sperry NFL postgame show, brought to you by Budweiser, follows time permitting, and then Punky Brewster. You'd be amazed what she can do with almost no hair and rubber bands to her dad. That's Punky Brewster, followed by Silver Spoons, and it's just looking at Aaron Gray for a half hour. Ricky and his dad, who I don't remember his name is, they just take the week off. We're just going to follow Aaron Gray doing errands for a half hour. Then on Amazing Stories, Marcus Allen, who pretty much is Superman for the Raiders. Can he come through again? That's on Amazing Stories. Alfred Hitchcock Presents is on another network tonight. The NBC Sunday night movie. I'll let you guys come up with that. All tonight on NBC. 8:38, clock running, 2nd and 7. Allen should be helping the Broncos. No, Allen was a good player. Come on. Don't be mean. Here's Christensen on a short hitch. Wilson blitzed. He throws fast into double coverage, and Mecklenburg will tip it away. 3rd and 7. Just a two-man league. Getting back to the 86 Raiders, a buddy and I drafted our stock teams, so we each had 14 and played it an entire season. Oh, okay, so what engine did you play that in? The Raiders were one of my 14. Regretted it from about week 3. Yeah, he was used an awful lot. I always thought he got the bum rap from Al Davis, too, when they brought in Bo. 3rd down and 7. Dokie Williams in the game again. Allen in the flat is the call. 3 wide receivers set. Wilson throws. Allen has it at midfield. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more. It's a gain of 10. Jim Ryan with the tackle. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 36. 7:50 to go here in the 3rd. Raiders trying for the dagger right here. Dokie Williams on a medium slant to call, and Denver didn't like what they saw, and they will call time. That might be costly. They have 2 left. 7:37 left in the 3rd quarter. 20-6 Raiders. Barnwell on a medium hitch. They're going to throw out of this. Wilson's going to get sacked. Andre Townsend drags him down. And it's 2nd and 16. Allen on a draw. Pro set. Allen gets it over the 40. It's a gain of 4. And trust me, in this game, that's almost an eternity run. So it's 3rd and 12 for the Raiders on the Bronco 38. They are not in field goal range. Wilson out of the gun. Christensen on a medium cross. Wilson has time. Christensen's got it. First down. A gain of 16. And it's 1st and 10 from the Bronco 22. And now they are most certainly in field goal range. We would swap division rivals if one of us owned both opponents. That's cool. So we weren't forced to coach the same team twice versus the same opponent. We called it the Mark Wilson rule. Use strat cards and dice. That's awesome. Yep, Christensen, 5 catches for 79 yards. And Wilson is thrown for 270. Kenny King trap left. No audible here. They'll run the play. King is stood up for a gain of 1 by Rulon Jones. 5.5 to go. 3rd quarter, ball on the Bronco 21. Allen will try a sweep to the right. Can he get a block? No. It's a gain of 2. Marsh, the guard, is hurt. That's the right guard, and Marvin. Mickey Marvin comes in. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders on the Bronco 19. Barnwell, don't like any of these calls, but we'll try a medium slant. Wilson, back to throw. He checked it down to Kenny King, and that's incomplete. So, out comes Barr for a 36-yarder to make it 23-6. 9 plays on this drive for the Raiders and 30 yards. Plunkett to hold. Barr, even with Roseanne would have made that. That was dead center. 4:44 to go in the third. It is the Raiders 23, the Broncos 6. Lang will take this one deep, 2 yards deep. Let's see if he can get out to the 20. He does, and he's hit at the 25 for a gain of 27. Elway, 4:36 to go in the third. Short cross to Butch Johnson. Elway needs to orchestrate something. It's dropped. Hayes hit him. Lester Hayes hit him, and Johnson heard footsteps and dropped it. 2nd and 10. Trap left, Wilhite. Gerald gets a block and a first down. They got 10. I think it's the longest run of the game for anybody. So 1st and 10 from the Bronco 35. Elway. He's going to try a sweep right here. A little trickeration in Elway. No! They read that one all the way. Jeff Barnes makes the tackle. That's his 7th. Yep. Jamie thinking of Elway's time in the Yankees farm system when 5 for 14. We're going to call it from the New York Penn League. But in the NFL, Sonny, that's not going to do it. 78 yards and a score. The Raider defense has come to play today. 2nd and 12. Kay. Short hitch to the tight end, Elway. Quick throw. Kay got it. And the ball is loose. Johnson gets it for Denver, and they'll mark it for a gain of 8. Denver 3 for 9 on 3rd down. You can't, but you're supposed to be able to advance it. There's no 2 minutes to go. So 3rd and 4. Again, thanks, Jamie, for the sub. Jamie's been doing this for 15 straight months. 3rd down and 4. Remember, if you're watching this, you can link your Twitch or to your Amazon Prime, and I get money, and it won't cost you anything. Of course, Amazon gets money for it, but I get money for it too. 3rd down and 4. Watson. Long slant. Elway sees something. He will throw, and Watson dropped it! Oh, it was a first down in Raider territory. 4th and 4, and the Broncos will have to punt. Oh, thanks, my friend. Oh, my goodness gracious. Norman, back to punt. Oh, my gosh. Montgomery, they're going to fair catch this one at the 12. So 47-yard punt, no return. Illegal in Canada. 2:38 to go in the third quarter. The Raiders lead the Broncos 23-6. Hawkins in the flat. Near side, Wilson. No, he goes to Christensen on a second rate. It's 4, and the clock starts. So Todd, 6 for 83. Trap left for Marcus Allen on 2nd and 6 from the 16. And Allen gets to the 18. Somehow, some way, with a running game that's been stuck like a rototiller, the Raiders are 8 for 13 on third down. Barnwell, there we go. Short slant to call. Wilson, they blitz. He throws in. No. Barnwell had it and then got hit and dropped it. So 4th and 4. Denver forces the 3 and out. Ray Guy, I believe we've only seen him once today. Thomas and Wilhite to return. Guy gets rid of it. It is Wilhite about the 37. He's over midfield. A good return. Stacy Torrin with a tackle, and that's a 17-yard return. Elway and company with a minute 12 in the third, set up on the Raider 45. K on a medium out. Elway, flag is down. He will find... No, K dropped it.
Contact, defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty.
But Van McElroy got a little too touchy-feely. It's 5 yards and a first down. Van looking like he's trying out for Clark Kent in that picture. A minute 9 to go. Ball on the Raider 40. It's 1st and 10. Rick Parros will sweep it to the right from the 40. And he will get driven out of bounds at the 35, a gain of 5. Broncos dip their hands in butter at the half. Well, that's what you get for eating those buffets. We're not supposed to mention that the halftime show is presented by Golden Corral. But since you dragged it out of me, I guess I will. 2nd and 5 for the Broncos. A minute 1 to go in the third quarter. Clock is stopped. Ball on the Raider 35. Watson on a medium slant. Elway is going to scramble, and he won't get the first down. That's a gain of 2. Bob Nelson with the tackle. Elway, 3 for 10 on third down. He's got 7 carries for 37 yards. That is more than half the Denver rushing output today. Just saying. Winder in the flat. He'll go near side. Elway can't find him. Throw was high, and Dan Reeves made the catch, except for Dan Reeves is the head coach. However, they are in field goal range for Carlos, 50 yards. A 54.9% chance. And remember, he who must not be mentioned is watching. Carlos from 50. No good. Savoy 72 is having a good laugh there. So that's all for naught. Raiders take over with 12 seconds to go on their own 33. Trap left. This will just end the quarter. And Hawkins is brought down by Busick for a gain of 2. And for Steve, that's 10 tackles. We have played 45 minutes here at the Coliseum. Seems like it's an hour and a half, but it's only 45 minutes. It's the Raiders 23, the Broncos 6. We'll be back in a moment. The only scoring in the third quarter was a bar field goal from 36. Raiders 16-7 first downs, 303 to 140 on offense. Wilson 17 to 27 for 274. Elway not having a great day. He's their leading rusher. Never want the quarterback to be your leading rusher, at least in this era of football. And Clarence K has made 2 catches. Lots of dropsies in this one as we start the 4th quarter. And I can tell you, Savoy, he is not watching. Here in spirit, of course. 2nd down and 8. Barnwell on a short slant. Wilson has time. It was a bad throw, and it should have been picked off by Wright, the corner, and it's 3rd and 8. 3 wide, Dokie Williams in the ball game. Allen lines up as a wide receiver. They're going to block or back Wilson up out of the gun, and medium slant to Marcus Allen. Wilson all by himself. He waits. He throws into double coverage. It was tipped by Tom Jackson and incomplete. So the Broncos force a 3 and out. Guy will stand on his 20. Thomas and Wilhite back for the return. Guy booms one to the 23. Thomas over the 30. It's a 10-yard return. Dalby with a tackle. And out comes Elway. Not done and dusted yet, but Denver needs something. Wilson trying to help the Broncos still. Well, hey, it's always important to keep viewership high. Wilhite. Sweep right. Nope. Raiders nickel blitz. Screen to Winder, the call. Elway flushed. He finds Winder 30, 35. He's headed to the 38. Brad Van Pelt with a tackle. 2nd and 5. Broncos only have 1 touchdown in this game, and they missed the extra point. 2nd down and 5. Winder. Trap left. 14:35. Elway missed the snap, and it's a loss of 3. There are times that this game has looked like week 2 of exhibition season, not the 9th game of the regular season. Busted snaps. 3rd and 8. Raiders were just playing a basic nickel. Alexander is back out. Elway out of the gun. Medium fly to Johnson is the call. Elway blitzed heavily. Throws. Alexander's got it. He went to a second read. The delayed blitz that Elway picked up on. He snapped it to Alexander for a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 47. They'll stay 3 wide. How's that? Winder on the draw. Elway hands off. Winder runs it to the 49. Lyle Alzado is 3rd tackle. Sammy 9 carries for 10 yards. Staying in this formation. Medium fly to Steve Watson. Elway has time. He's got no. He overthrew Watson, and it didn't help that Mike Haynes, his way, got a hand on it. So the Broncos are 4 for 12 on 3rd down. 3rd and 8. Winder to block. Elway. Johnson on a medium fly. Elway has time. Now he doesn't. He's going to run, and he's going to be short. It's a gain of 5. Elway has a case of happy feet. 9 carries for 39 yards. That was the thing they had to work on with Elway early in his career. Learn to go through your reads and throw. 4th and 3, they kind of have to go for it with 11:43 to go. Kay on a short cross. Elway. He's got to do something with it. He checks it. No, it's incomplete. And Elway is off today. So the Broncos turn it over on downs. And Mark Wilson comes back out. 11:05 to go. Hawkins trap left. Time is on the Raiders' side. Yes, it is. Oh, Charlie Hanna comes out. They needed that clock to run. And Don Mosbar, he's like a big-looking dude, comes in to play left guard. 2nd and 10. The clock is stopped. Branch on a short hitch. Wilson waits, tries to find Hawkins, and Frank dropped the ball. Reuben Carter hurried him. Charlie Hanna is back. 3rd down and 10. Branch, Barnwell, okay. Medium cross to Barnwell. Wilson has time. He runs the route, and it's dropped by Barnwell. How many passes have the Raiders dropped? You want to know? 7. Wilson has thrown 31 passes, completed 17, and the Raiders dropped 7. And like Regis on the $32,000 question, the Broncos have been thrown a lifeline. 4th and 10. Guy to punt again. Denver will let this roll. They are hoping for a touchback. And it'll roll dead at the 8. So this time, Elway starts from his own 8. 10:39 to go. Wilhite off tackle left. They got to get out of the shadow of their own end zone first. Wilhite is hit at the 10 by Howie Long for a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 for the Broncos on their 10. Johnson on a short slant. Elway back. He throws it into traffic, and that was an awful pass. In fact, that was the 5th bad pass. I've never seen that before. That's a new one for me. Gary Kubiak is warming for the Broncos. 3rd and 8. 3 wide receivers. Alexander. Medium cross. Ball at the 10. Elway is going to get sacked. The ball is loose. Matt Millen picks it up and touchdown. The Raiders get a touchdown. Bill Pickell sacked Elway. The ball was loose in the end zone. Matt Millen picks it up. You can start to sing, Mr. Meredith. Barr hits the extra point, and it's 30-6. So in comes Gary Kubiak. He has not played in the replay, so these numbers are his real-life numbers. 58.7%. Elway helps the Raiders win. There you go. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 11 times, but had a higher quarterback rating. Elway, eight for 22, 36% for 103 yards. Upstaging Wilson. So Kubiak comes in. 1st and 10, 9:43 to go. Wilhite to sweep right. You might as well. They play for the pass. Wilhite gets 4. You say that the Broncos just can't run. They're outrunning the Raiders. This is horrible. 2nd and 6. Medium slant to Johnson. Kubiak's first throw of the year. Finds Johnson at the 45. Into Raider territory. That's a 36-yard gain. And, Woody Page is going to have a conniption fit in the Denver paper tomorrow. 9:23 to go. Watson on a medium fly. Kubiak is going to get sacked. He who must not be named gets the sack. Jack Swyrick. 2nd and 16. 8:43 to go. Wilhite on the draw from the Raider 46. Wilhite, he gets 3 yards. So 3rd and 13. 3 wide. Out of the gun. They're going to block. Medium hitch to Watson. I'm not sure they're going to get enough here. Kubiak throws, and that is picked off and dropped by Mike Haynes. So that's the 8th pass the Raiders have dropped today. Well, it was good while it lasted, Mr. Kubiak. 4th and 13 from the Raider 43, and you might as well go for it now. Medium slant to Watson. Kubiak out of the gun. He is flushed. He's going to run, and he got the first down. A gain of 14. Paul Howard, the left guard, does the job. Kubiak just tucked tail and gets it to the Raiders 29 on 4th and 13. For those of you still watching, I hope you got a good laugh out of that. My goodness. 1st and 10, 7:06 to go. Johnson on a short slant. Kubiak waits, oh goodness. And then Reggie Kinlaw brings him down for a 6-yard loss, 2nd and 16. They go 4 wide receivers. Logan. Dave Logan, who only had 1 catch all year, comes in. Winder in the backfield. Medium hitch to Butch Johnson. Kubiak is sacked again, this time by Howie Long. Well, this will not be shown at the Broncos Christmas party, I guarantee it. 3rd and 25. There are not a lot of good plays on 3rd and 25. Winder on the screen seems pretty safe. He has it at the 40. He's hit for a gain of 7, 4th and 18. Wow. They need 18 yards. Watson on a long fly pattern. Kubiak is going to run. He won't get 18 that time. He got 2. And the Raiders take over with 4:14 to go. Whew. They have held the Broncos to 200 net yards. And again, mostly all the positive running has come from Elway and Kubiak. Yeah, they were vicious. And it's a blowout formation now for the Raiders. Look who's coming in. Jim Plunkett. Chester Willis on a fullback dive. And he'll get nothing. And the Raiders will let the clock run. 4:08 to go. We got 2 football games and a baseball game for you. You'd like a medium hitch to a running back on 3rd and long. Would you like that supersized? It'll be the Bengals and the 49ers on Tuesday. Wednesday, Game 5 of the NL. Yep, you never know what's going to happen. Wednesday, Game 5 of the 1973 NLCS, the Reds and the Mets. Someone wants the Reds to win. And then Thursday will be the Giants and the Cowboys. Sometimes. Well, in this game, it would have been a 13-yard run by Kubiak followed by 4 sacks. We've reached the need to get out of the haunted house time of this game for the Broncos. 2nd and 10. Allen will sweep to the right. And Marcus gets 2. Tom Jackson finally gets his 10th tackle. The Broncos defense has actually played a decent game. Isn't that fun I was happy for the Braves. Freddie Freeman especially, Ron Washington, and Snicker, the manager. I used to write for the Nationals. And man, they played hard for him. And so, a healthy dose of respect for Atlanta. And congratulations on a world title that I don't think anyone saw coming. 3rd down and 8. Plunkett will try to find Cliff Branch from the 37. Plunkett throws. Branch has it at midfield. But Branch, I think he got punched in the face. He's holding his jaw. He's got a season-high 79 yards on 3 catches. 2:35. The clock is stopped. Chester Willis. This is just to run some clock. It gets 2. Yeah, you remember when that franchise was horrible back in the 80s. America's team. Pirates. Braves. Doubleheader. 4:35 on TBS. So 2nd and 8 as we go to the 2-minute warning. I think I got to get another 1st down here. Allen in the flat. Plunkett near side. Goes instead to Willis, who stays over the middle of the field, gets the 1st down, and mercifully ends this game. It's a gain of 18. And if Denver calls timeout here, I'm screaming. So the Raiders are going to go to 6-3. As it's victory formation time here at the Coliseum. Now a light rain here. The Broncos will fall to 6-3, and Seattle's lead in the AFC West is 2. And that should do it. Yep, 30 seconds to go. A thumping, an absolute thumping here in Los Angeles. Punky Brewster will be seen next. The final score, the Raiders 30, the Broncos 6. We try to give you a good show whether the game is good or not. Plunkett and garbage time 2 for 2 for 33. What defender's getting the player of the game? I'm going to say Howie Long. 4 tackles, 2 sacks. Matt Millen, 6 tackles, 2 stuffs. Punky should be better in the game. Yeah, that's true. Scoring in the 4th quarter, just the 1 score. Matt Millen on the fumble recovery. This might have been the most lopsided game I had all year. And I thought that, getting back to Jamie's thing, or no, Zalapski's thing, you set up for a good game and then you get this. Raiders outgained the Broncos 338 to 200. The Raiders basically told Elway, beat us, and he couldn't. And Denver was sacked 5 times in this one. Would you believe we only had 2 penalties in the entire game? That's pretty good. So, there you go. We'll leave up the stats here for a second. It'll be, I'm going to finish my Formula 1 race, and so we'll talk about that. It'll be San Francisco, Cincy, Tuesday, Cincy Mets Wednesday, and the Giants and the Cowboys on Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. Have yourself a good time, everybody. Stay safe.